Welcome, ladies and gents. We've got TTL gold action, and I was just saying how Daniel and DuDuZhu both kind of crazy players in their own right. Daniel's been around a lot longer. Daniel has the experience, but Daniel's definitely in that category of a player who's really talented. I don't think he's necessarily training too much these days. I could be wrong on that, but he definitely gives me the... He definitely just sends the vibes of he's going to show up and send it, and whatever happens, happens. And so Daniel lost 2-1 in his first round, and he lost 2-1 to Stone Please, who's a player who is maybe a little bit more prepared than him. Now, DuDuZhu, he made Gold League, because I really had him as maybe a Silver League player. He made Gold League with some really prepped strategies. He had played, I think this is one of the players who had played maybe 300 games. That's right, 300 in practice, just to even make it to gold. I think he'll be very prepared. And he can be a very extreme player. So looking forward to seeing what he brings today. And an extreme choice he's gone for is the humans. So we've got slopes. And on either side, you've got the shorefish and you've got the hares. You also have one deer. So Scout's going to push in some deer. You can push in one deer on both sides if you wish to, but nothing more. But humans tells me fast feudal second TC. Like, why else would you pick humans? You could pick them for the cheap archer ranges and stables, I suppose, but that's not a good enough bonus, I think, to pick a civ. So I definitely think DuDuZhu's thinking about the second TC. And I would imagine you probably have to build the second TC at the bottom. Because if you were to walk this far, it's really difficult, but maybe not. Maybe a town center over here where all the food is helpful to get the villagers working. And then maybe it's tough for Daniel to know where to attack if he's got two different areas to go. So, we'll see. But yeah, play all three. $20 per win. 25k total prize pool. There's placement prizes here. And then, of course, the potential to get to platinum. Daniel is a former platinum player. He would love to be back there. And I think he's got the skills to do it. Again, I just don't know how much is Daniel training these days. I think he really need to be sharp. The first week, he did some wild stuff in his set, and I was just like, okay. So it's going to be that type of season for Daniel. Maybe it was just an off day. Yeah, he was transporting stuff on a water map where I would have never expected transports and just going crazy. So, all right, chat is pointing out I don't have my logo up. So, as long as everyone gives me the impression that this improves the stream, I'll put the logo up. There we go. Boom. Now it's Titans League, baby. You didn't know until the logo was up. And Daniel's looking just to see if he can find DuDuZhu over here. DuDuZhu pushing in that second deer. And Daniel will need a house here. So what's going on? Okay, there's the house. These villagers need a mill if he's going to be out here. And there it is. Which is fine. I like this. If you're going man-at-arms, I think you need to have this food. So I really like that. So in total, because he hasn't pushed this deer, you got the deer, you got the hares, and you got the fish. That's 1,000 food, pretty much. And you only have to invest 100 wood into the mill. So I think that's worth it. It's actually a little bit more complicated than that because it's 3 different types of food, which does require some clicking. They don't automatically jump from resource to resource, right? Daniel will understand that DuDuZhu probably wants the second TC, and that's exactly what it's going to be, guys. Look how many villagers are on those straggler trees right now. He's saving up for the town center. I think your build is so tight here. Like, I think walking over to the sides is even too risky. Wait, what? He's got a barracks now? This is what I mean about DuDuZhu. He's all about mind games and crazy stuff. So he's actually going to go double archer range, I think. He's going to, like, sneak it. So I think Daniel's perspective, he's thinking about the second town center. Wait, what if he goes... Yeah, Rams would be crazy. But, okay, he's going to golds. So it's just pure mind games. I think no one would pick humans if they're not going for the second TC. Now, Daniel's actually playing this the right way, in my opinion. He's playing the right way against his build anyways. But he's seen no indicators that it's going to be an archer range from DuDuZhu. Now, it can be a second town center in the archer range. You can eventually do it. You do delay. Wow, this is so weird. He's going for a range here as well. Well, maybe we don't get the town centers now. This is wild. Okay, so will Daniel see the range? Seeing the range is really valuable here. He's looking for the town center. He's running by. Here's the militia. He has no reason to look up here. Okay, he sees the berries. This all feels like a second TC is up somewhere. You would be convincing yourself it's up on the hill or something. Now Daniel sees an archer range. So now Daniel's probably like, oh. Where's his barracks, though? That's super weird to not see the barracks. It would almost always be like this, right? Barracks and archer range together at home. But you don't need to see the barracks because the barracks isn't as valuable as the range. But it's still like this weird flow to the game. He's making DuDuZhu work hard. DuDuZhu's got the archers here. Daniel is just towering here. It's smart from Daniel. And it's not because he knows there's another range. It's because he knows about this range. And he knows he has a good economy and he just wants to play it safe. So I think DuDuZhu is counting on a surprise attack. Doing damage over here. I don't know if he'll get that. And now he doesn't have the second TC. So it's just double range units from archer ranges that are now separated. And not ideal to have your archer ranges separated like that. Because if you ever send your units forward, they will sometimes miss you. They'll like path into an army or something. Daniel will need to add some farms. Daniel, of course, has the food over here. He actually moved some villagers over there. And Daniel can't do too much damage at DuDuZhu's base, so he might be thinking of looking up here. He did see the one hare is dead. That's just from the villager who walked over there. Villager is now left. So I still think there's some confusion for Daniel. I still think he's like, where's the second TC? What's he doing? But no second TC yet. So now he's like, is he over here? He probably looks over here. There's no hares eaten. And here come the archers at Daniel's base. Daniel had already towered on the side, and DuDuZhu's going to get a nice villager snipe. Not a bad start, but Daniel does have skirms. And skirms should be completely fine to defend from this. DuDuZhu's scout's not exactly been microed perfectly. And now we see Daniel noticing this, just as DuDuZhu was bringing villagers, I think, to rush this tower down. I'm going to assume he's going to rush that tower down with villagers, which sounds ridiculous, but welcome to the land of DuDuZhu. And this is not what DuDuZhu would have wanted. Daniel's got the skirmishers and the man-at-arms, and oh my freaking god. Oh, that is such a DuDuZhu moment. Oh my god. So, both these players are kind of known for crazy offensive strats, and if things don't work, they call GG's really early. I said yesterday this could be a 30-minute play all three. To be honest, this was going to be miserable. He was about to lose all of his army. His villagers had been brought forward to do a task. They would have to go home. This would be horrible for him. He would likely lose this game from here. And so, again, he's got the experience to understand that, and he calls it. But that's like, it's one of those things, right? You pick humans, and then you lose like this, and you're like, man, like, could you have gone for another civ? Could you have gone for another strategy than this? It would have been a masterclass. Like, maybe it's like YouTube video stuff if he mind games Daniel, but the mind games did not work at all. Daniel was very active with his scout, very active with his military, very clean with his economy. And yeah, played into counter units for range units because he scouted properly. And he takes the first game. So, good stuff. 13-31. Remember that time. We'll see if we have games longer or shorter than that. I still think DuDuZhu is going to be kicking up some strats. But yeah, that was a bit rough. All right. Welcome, guys. What is happening here? We got DuDuZhu trying to lane game 2. We've got Valley. We've got the new and improved Valley. Our version of it, where you've got the hares and the chickens in the middle. We were at a fair last night. There were some farm animals. This is kind of what that's reminding me of right now. So yeah, the definitive edition of Valley, it's very wallable. It's very closed. There's not a lot of hunts in the middle. There's not a lot of benefit from being in the middle. And it's all deer. It's all pushable. So what we did here was we added the occasional deer, which Daniel's found. So you can push 1 or maybe 2 if you really search. But in general, if you want that food in the middle, you were going to have to mill it. So I was kind of feeling like that would be the play here. But, DuDuZhu, he tried to lame early, and he wasn't able to get the lame. So he went forward. He lost HP on his scout trying to take Daniel's boar. Nice job from Daniel to just have an eye on that. If your opponent's Vietnamese, obviously they know where your town center is. And DuDuZhu was there immediately as we were speeding through. So you can see map is pretty open on the front side. I do think with how this start has gone for Daniel, the fact that he's been able to push 1 deer and the fact he's Ketons, he probably doesn't want to go to the middle. And wow, he actually has been led to the other deer. If he wants to take it, he could. Yeah, now DuDuZhu sees he's got the deer. He's like, dude, I don't want you to take that. But yeah, guess what? You don't really have much of a choice, do you, if your scout's weak? We do have villagers on the way from DuDuZhu, though. So he's planning on a mill in the middle. And there it is. I think DuDuZhu would want to go like spear and skirm. He loves super heavy pressure with spear and skirm. Ketons can also, they mass their spears and skirms a little faster and their scouts faster. I mean, if Daniel gets going here with Feudal Age Army, this is going to be really difficult. And DuDuZhu, he's trying to stop Daniel from getting this deer, but his scout is weak, so yeah, Daniel's like, all right, got some more hits. Hopefully the deer doesn't move. And now he actually finds his sheep. And now DuDuZhu's coming back. And he wants to stop the deer from being pushed, but now Daniel doesn't want to lose the sheep. And now Daniel's got to get his sheep back. And now DuDuZhu wants to kill the sheep. But now they're his sheep, so he can't kill them. And now he's stealing them. And now Daniel's chasing him back. And now they're Daniel's sheep again. And now Daniel's going to go back to the deer. I mean, 2 years ago, that deer would have gone back. The changes they made to the deer, they just barely ever reset. So it's way easier for a player to recover when pushing the deer. That's huge for Daniel. He's still able to get that and his sheep. And that's annoying for DuDuZhu because he tried to do some counterplay to stop the deer being pushed. And it wasn't really rewarded by the game there. And Daniel will be up. Deer is now running away, weirdly enough. He'll block it, shoot it once, probably, just to reset it. And now he'll push it back towards the town center. And yeah, he'll want to go spear skirms. And let's see. Here come the villagers from DuDuZhu. He is full committing to the middle. Again, I really think he's going to go heavy pressure. And there's chances that this is actually a shorter game than the previous one. And Daniel will see the villagers now. Daniel knew when he saw who he was up against. He knew exactly what type of action he was in for. But did he even see the vills? I don't think he even saw the villagers. I think he was just passing there. I don't think he knows. It's like he didn't do anything that indicates to me that he had a clue. I think he would have moved his scout a little bit differently. So here's DuDuZhu on the front. Okay, maybe now he caught a glimpse of that. I still don't know if he saw the vills. There, that is the most offensive archery range one could place. You might as well place it underneath the town center at this point. And look at DuDuZhu running around with the scout. He's like, I'm letting you know I'm here to be aggressive right now. And Daniel will drop his own archery range here. He'll bring his scout home. But yeah, this will be spear, skirm, tower, vill fight. This will be crazy action. Meanwhile, there's villagers in the middle. Daniel is going to go take the hunt in the middle. He does not know DuDuZhu is there. That might not be a good thing for Daniel. Subs, get the boxing emotes going. Let's go, dude. Gloves are off. Or I guess gloves are on in this case. And yeah, there's going to be a whole lot more of that. Now, with the villager fighting, it should be better for Daniel because he has more villagers close by. But at the same time, that is more of his economy that's not working. So luckily, he's still got sheep underneath the TC. Daniel gets the first kill. And Daniel's micro has been really good so far. Daniel plays a lot of Black Forest. So he's used to the Vill fighting, but he does lose a Vill. His scout's kind of a non-factor. Still does have the mill in the middle. We'll see if DuDuZhu will notice that. But Daniel's done a nice job to defend from this. He's had less TC idle time, so he's had more food income. Would love to see a pasture or two for Daniel, because he can't take his berries right now. And it really is, as weird as it is, it's all about the skirm numbers here. Use your skirm numbers to counter the opponent's skirms, and if you kill off those spearmen with the skirms too, then eventually you can go scouts. Daniel might be inclined to just push this back and wall in the archer range. I still don't think either player knows the other's in the middle there. What time was the GG in the previous one? 13:13? Or 13:31 or something, right? We're at 12:15. This push is not what DuDuZhu would have wanted so far. He's got his berries too. He's got food income. He will see Daniel's running around constantly with villagers. But he has lost a lot of units, which is why I bring up the resign time in the previous game. Okay, Scout goes down. They're just both taking resources in the middle together, and oh my freaking god, dude. Oh, DuDuZhu, what are we doing, man? This is so funny. This is so funny. The two players that maybe resign the fastest in high-level AoE have met each other. And Daniel's like, how's it feel, brother? How's it feel? He's up 2-0. So it's $20 per win, but these games have been short. I mean, how much is this per hour for Daniel right now? Maybe he should quit his full-time job and just play Titans League. Damn. Imagine if this was every series for him. This is value. I woke up at 7 a.m. on a Sunday for this. It's fine. I mean, I knew what I was getting myself into. These guys could produce crazy games. And Daniel's really good in the super aggressive scenarios. Oh, it's not a Sunday. It's a Saturday. I'm not awake yet. Don't judge me. Daniel's really good in these really aggressive scenarios. And I think Daniel understood who he's up against. He understands all of that. So it was a good early start. Like at the very beginning of this game, he immediately was keeping an eye on his boars. He stopped the lane. He brought in his boar right away. That was a good start. He followed it up with a nice feudal age time, and he was able to balance out his resources in early feudal there to defend. Now, do I think this game is over? No, I don't think it's over. I think DuDuZhu should play on. You can make a stable. You can try and play scouts. You can just do things other than resign. Do I think he's behind? Absolutely. Do I think this gets worse for him? Absolutely, because Daniel is that good. Would like to see a little bit more fight there, but it just is what it is with this guy. So it's a play all three. We will have one more game. For DuDuZhu, he needs to get this win. All right. So quick in the game, quick in between the game. They're already 2 minutes into the next game. We've got Daniel playing as the Chinese. I think this is one of the best Mudflow civs there is. So nice position for Daniel. He's up 2-0 here. Could potentially get the sweep. Chinese, their weakness as a civ is if they can't get food quickly. And you have the food right underneath your town center here. So no issues there. Usually on an Arabia game, your TC idle time would be 25 to 30 seconds. It's only 10 seconds here because of that food. So Daniel will maintain that villager lead for a whole lot longer here. He'll go out to the wood line. DuDuZhu is here, and he is losing. So he might consider trying to lame. Now, he doesn't necessarily need the food, though, and I think he's going to need the eagle with this build. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. So he's got the militia coming forward right now. So there's the Incas, the Lithuanians, the Persians, the Malians. There might be one other civ that could justify this build order, but basically he skipped a lumber camp. He's gone for the barracks, and he wants to find the woodline from Daniel. He wants to get kills. I think this is a really bad civ to be trying this against, but this is a good strategy. This is a good build order, and people have been practicing this. DuDuZhu is hovering all around right now. Was hoping to steal the water buffaloes, but he can't. But he needs to know where Daniel's woodline is. Guys, this could actually be an even faster GG than the previous game. Like, if he's tilted or if he's frustrated, he knows this build. You delay everything, basically, to get the militia so you can go kill him. Look, he's going 5 militia, though. So he's looking for the wood line. Daniel, I think, saw a militia, because of the Chinese vision. Look at that. Another reason why this isn't a great civ to do this against. And DuDuZhu says, where your house?
Being rushed.
And Daniel says, being rushed. DuDuZhu's like, give me something. I want to attack a house. Daniel says no. And okay, now DuDuZhu finds the house. And now DuDuZhu is going to bring all of his militia over to attack that house. That's the thing, though. So basically, if you can't... I know it sounds cheesy, but if you can't kill the vills, you can take down the houses very quickly with this build. So now Daniel should build all of his houses as close to the TC as possible. And yeah, 5 militia and counting for DuDuZhu. This is a build that I've seen players do on chicken versions of Arabia. I actually thought there was a chance we'd see it on the previous map on Valley. But here come all the militia, and that house is going to be gone for Daniel. You could try and repair it. I don't think one villager can out-repair the damage, though. Let's see. Just the fact that Daniel's had so much time without losing this house is nice. He is on the way to the next stage. He might need to consider a lumber camp on one of these tiny woodlines, though, because he can't justify getting more villagers to this one. Sick build from DuDuZhu. Yeah, house is going to go down, so Daniel will be housed. And look, he's going to click up as well. He'll actually have the resources to click up. The only tiny detail here is he doesn't have loom because he spent all of his gold. And he definitely is thinking about getting the gold for loom, but he didn't want to wait for feudal age. So she's got to bring the 10. She's got to bring the 10 gold back. And then you queue loom. But if Daniel's scout is around in 50 seconds, Daniel could get a villager snipe. And here comes another house. And Daniel... Honestly, he could consider trying to repair this. But look how fast the house goes down to 5 against 5 militia. That's crazy. I don't want to get you guys too hyped, but this game might go over 13 minutes. Militia run through. DuDuZhu's crazy. He runs through. Is it that crazy, though? I don't think so. It's a smart move. This really delays everything Daniel wants to do here. The barracks is not on time because he lost out in the wood. Now his villagers get pulled away. So, to explain that... I'm going to explain why Incas are better than Japanese and Celts and some of the other civs that are mentioned in chat in a moment. But basically, very clean build from DuDuZhu. Daniel's scout hasn't been able to scout an attack. There's another militia coming. It's going to be man-at-arms as well. This is a crazy build. Daniel still doesn't have an archer range or a stable yet. He's going to need some army. And now DuDuZhu's got the tower. Guys, this is what he does. This is what he does. I love this build. This is amazing. Chinese are one of the best civs on this. DuDuZhu needs a win. Just when Daniel's starting to stabilize into an archer range, there is a tower behind his woodline. This is horrible for Daniel if the army is also here. If the army is also here, as Daniel loses a villager, he can't run, right? Now his archer range is delayed. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not an even faster game. Tower's up. Daniel's building his own tower. He needs to somehow complete this. He loses another vill. He still can't complete his archer range. That tower is perfect. Built that tower without loom, by the way. So, still was able to get the spot. Okay, Daniel's putting up more fight than DuDuZhu did. DuDuZhu's locked in right now for that victory, though. This is a rough spot for Daniel. The archer range is going to be so weak as well. Look at that. And he loses another villager. I'm just bracing myself right now. I'm just bracing myself for resign. I mean, the damage is so good for DuDuZhu. He will repair. He will hold this tower up. And Daniel's archer range is gone. This is crazy. What a build. He's got an archer range behind to follow up with army. Like, this is so impressive. And this army could continue to run around. There's not much to really stop him from running around there. And Daniel's like, you're kidding me, man. He's just been pressured constantly. And now there's another tower from DuDuZhu behind the wood line. So Daniel can barely take wood anywhere. His archer range is now being attacked again. Did DuDuZhu end up getting arson here? He didn't. Imagine if he got that. He'd destroy these buildings even faster. Daniel's trying to go archers. He couldn't even switch over to gold. And now he's going to gold, and now there's an archer here. I mean, DuDuZhu, he didn't see that. He's focusing mainly on the archer range. But behind this, he's going to put 2 different mills on the berries. His wood line's safe. He's towered this wood line. Daniel just has to build another lumber camp now. Now the archers are finding a villager on the gold. We officially have a game that hit the 14-minute mark. Hypes in the chat for that. Respect Daniel for putting up more of a fight than DuDuZhu when things went wrong. But I mean, things are continuing to go wrong for him. His economy's not exactly very efficient. He really is going to need his micro to be on point. Because he's down big time in military numbers. It is 2 military against 10. And DuDuZhu... Oh, he didn't wall in this tower. That's a big mistake. He didn't wall in this tower, so Daniel can just batter that down. Look at him scramble over all of his army now. Realizing that. Yeah, he's bringing his villagers back, too. And Daniel will wall in his vills and take down that tower. So that's a good moment there from Daniel. The wood eco is still a problem for Daniel, but he does have the worker lead. So it's 2.5 minutes of TC idle time for DuDuZhu, which Daniel will never expect. Maybe you expect a minute. So it's actually, if Daniel can just sort out the range unit problem and get equal numbers there, this is a game that could stabilize for him. And especially if DuDuZhu... Oh my god. I was going to say, especially if DuDuZhu feels like he's got to kill fast to win every game, and if he doesn't, he'll just resign. Then, yeah, who knows? What is happening, dude? What is happening? DuDuZhu is bringing villagers forward to batter down Daniel's tower. And what? Brother! We have to have a talk, DuDuZhu. We have to have a talk. Find out what's actually going to happen here first, dude. What is that? Daniel gets the sweep. What is that? Like, there's still potential to take down this tower. I know Daniel's done some counterplay. Daniel's got the walls. But, like, you can click your vills onto that tower. You could potentially take that tower down. You have some range units out here. Daniel doesn't have fletching. What in God's name is that, dude? Okay, the first 2, I actually kind of understood. But here, you gotta wait a minute at least to find out what happens there. I mean, that's frustrating. He put so much effort to get into Gold League, right? They played so well to get into Gold League. Why not fight it out here a little bit more? I just don't get it. Every win matters for so much. It just can't happen, man. It just can't happen if you wanna compete at this level. That's crazy. I mean, I'm trying to think what happens here. Genuinely. I think what happens here is you've got the tower getting battered down. These man-at-arms will probably die to the tower fire, but it looks to me like these man-at-arms are potentially going to kill some weak units. You still have the 2 archers here. This man-at-arm will go down. I mean, I think odds are pretty good that Daniel's army isn't enough to kill all the vills that DuDuZhu has, and this tower could go down for Daniel. He did pull his whole wood line away, so maybe he doesn't have the wood to produce a lot. But, like, in theory, you could make some eagles. You could make some army behind this. Daniel's eco's still crap, but DuDuZhu knew he idled his TC for 3 minutes. Maybe that's part of the build. And then he just calls it. But, like, what on earth was that? That was a 31-minute series. 31-minute recording time. So, yeah, good result for Daniel.